moved all 7 chairs. Welcome everybody to Pick Central, the Barstool Sportsbook YouTube channel, and still getting used to the kind of, I don't know if it's like remodeled studio, but the new tinted and the color and the lights, but enjoying it so far. Smitty, back with us today. What's up, man? How are you?
Are you enjoying this?
Yeah, I always like.
I don't know if I'm enjoying this.
I like coming in here and kicking it with all these guys.
I enjoy the
getting
show.
a paycheck.
The show is fine. The setup and the lighting.
I kind of like the lighting. I like the lighting.
Lighting, I'm okay with. The chairs are pushed forward.
Big forward. Big
I had
forward.
to move them all back because they were like knee to knee before you guys got in here, which they're going to be mad about, but whatever.
Who? Who's going to be mad?
The people that asked the chairs I don't know.
Ah.
It is what it is.
Whatever works. Thank you, Ben. Thank you. And thank you for complimenting me on my haircut.
Yeah, got you a little haircut, getting ready for the Sixers playoffs. How are
That's why you got to.
I mean, really? You got to. Yeah.
You're that.
That's exactly why I got the haircut.
No, but I mean, you're that
like,
down on it. I
yeah.
thought you were. Are you excited? Like, I feel like every time we ask about the Sixers, it's
It's either
like
here
there's
or
like
there.
it's kind of like.
Put it this way. The Sixers could not beat the last 2 times they played a broken up Raptors team that wasn't fully healthy, and Nick Nurse and Doc Rivers is a 2-game swap. Regardless, Nick Nurse wins 2 games just for coaching against Doc Rivers. So
So you're feeling good.
it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a tough series.
I do want to comment real quick on. I just hope everybody's safe in New York. Obviously, I'm sure y'all all saw what happened in Brooklyn this morning. I don't know if that gunman's still at large, possibly. I don't even want to get into it. I just really hope and pray everybody's safe and being careful, man. That's some scary stuff. But
Fact.
I know people come here to get away from all that, but I do want to. I feel like I at least have to mention it because it's.
Yeah, the subway is a very dangerous
Crazy people.
form of transportation.
Yeah.
Like when you think about it, all right, whatever. You catch somebody and it doesn't stop for a while, you're in a closed. It's very, very dangerous, very uneasy. You see a lot of whack jobs. It's tough.
Yeah, it's.
So obviously, it was a little. Of course, I took the early bus today that drops you off at Rector. So I was taking the subway. That was it just was. It was eerie being down there. Like I was like, I get it. You know, obviously people are in way worse spots, but it's tough in New York. Some days that's kind of the nature of the beast. So.
Yeah, I don't even really know what to say other than I just hope everybody's safe. And I felt like I have to I feel like if I ignored it, it would be like ignoring a molehill or mountain.
No, of course.
Well, on the trying to keep it positive, NBA playoffs starting, the play-in games starting tonight. We got 2 of them, Cavs and Nets. Cavs are getting 9.5. The Nets, I saw they're not very good against the spread at home, but they do have Kyrie and Durant and feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good about this. And then the other one, the T-Wolves hadn't. When's the last time they made the playoffs? Has it been since KG? I mean, it's been.
They snuck in there once. No.
They have sucked for a while.
Probably
Towns?
not.
Yeah, I guess it would make sense. That's a long time. We're talking 2006. 2004?
Yeah, something like that. Because I remember they made the Western Conference Finals in one year and lost to the Lakers, I believe, or the Spurs. It was one or the other. They had their best year with KG and Spreewell.
I think that's
Made the Western Conference Finals.
I don't know if Towns made it. If I had to guess, I would say no. I'd probably say they haven't made it since the KJ.
They're a fun team to watch, though.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards
Jones,
just come
Russell,
on.
Edwards,
Edwards just come on a lot this year. They're a 3-point favorite tonight. Kind of curious how they do in their moment. I mean, you gotta imagine the atmosphere will be something. Those fans have been struggling for more than years. But we got a couple playing games tonight, 2 more tomorrow. So getting the playoffs going. MLB kind of rolling too. I saw the Blue Jays pitcher pitched a hell of a game last night.
Yeah, pitched well. It's boring. Whatever game.
Yeah.
3-0.
Well, let's hit some Barstool stuff real quick. Marty, Coin Boys. I got to say, I watched the stream for about 15 or 20 minutes last night. I was entertained.
Nancy, I appreciate it. We so last night, shout out the Coin Boys. Shout out Beezus 94 gave 364 subs last night. We got we hit our goal. We hit 1,000 subs.
So Dana's got to get the tattoo.
Yeah,
He
1,000.
looked on
subs.
stream like I got on there when y'all were getting pretty close after
Yeah.
11 last night, and he looked. There definitely was some anxiety.
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of TJ was telling us like 1,000 subs in the stream is a lot. Like I don't know if that's
Yeah, well, I mean, people got it's $5. You got to pay for it.
yeah. So then we hit like then we almost hit the jackpot. We had 1 coin away to hit 57K, which would have been amazing. But
How much was it?
How much was the spin?
Yeah.
$4.
No, how much did you end up getting from the spin?
Oh, fucking like 800.
Okay.
Yeah, still great.
When I saw the graphic, I didn't jump in till the end. I saw the graphic. You were one fucking point away.
3 spins, 1
I
away.
was trying to chat how many spins because sometimes you can't
You get
see
3.
it. You have the chat.
I met a guy.
You only get all right for that whole board though. How many spins do you get?
So every coin you get goes back to 3. So like if you miss it, it goes to 2. Miss it 1, and you hit it, goes back to 3, and you keep going.
Horses and coins.
Horses and coins. And I met
That's
a guy.
just coins. The board's just coins.
I met a guy in
Horses and coins.
in Morgantown, and he was like, "Dude, I was playing Divine Fortune because of you guys, and I was peeing. I had my dick in my hands, and I played a $1 spin, and he won the jackpot of $90 grand. $1 spin.
It's unbelievable.
It's crazy. So that's why the casino is so like, you don't have to be betting $100 a spin and shit, and
Right.
you could win good money. And we were doing $4 spins, $5 spins, but yeah, we were 1 away. But yeah, we hit our goal. I think we had 1,000 something subs, but we have a fucking tattoo guy coming in Wednesday.
So details of the tattoo. Do we know where it's going? Do we know it has? It's a coin tattoo,
It's gonna
right?
be a horse and chasing after coins.
Okay.
And I don't know where it's going yet. He's got to ask some people where he's allowed to put it.
Definitely not a regrettable action.
Nope.
For sure.
Not at all. And I told him, I was like, because everyone's like, why doesn't Marty do anything? Because this guy, Dana, he did this himself. Like, I'm not even asking him to do anything. I was like, I'll do food things. I'm not getting my first tattoo being a coin boy. I'm going to be honest. It's just not going to be me. But he has tattoos already, so, like, he's just like, yeah, I'll do it. And I was like, all right.
Right on the back shoulder.
I think he's got to
Can't
put
even
it.
enjoy it.
I think he's got to put it at the back of his leg so he can never see it.
I got a Barstool related tattoo, and to be honest with you, I forget about it, but my wife has to see it every day.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
So,
Where is it again?
it's left cheek.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, Balls is. You ever seen Balls is?
Also,
Also has
that
tattoo-
wasn't even Barstool related. That was for the love of the
So
game.
His tattoo is basically his whole cheek. It's ginormous. Dana also has one of the
Lot of
worst
real
tattoos ever on his cheek too. The Zillion Beers can with the mullet. Dana's gonna have a Zillion Beers can mullet and a horse and coin on.
My thing on the tattoo thing, and like I'm not like anti. Maybe they're not for me, but like I always think like, what's 73-year-old Dana Beers gonna think about this gazillion beers tattoo and horse?
That I think
That's always kind
He's
of.
gonna be crushing it at his
Yeah,
kid's
he'll be loving
homecoming
it,
in
I feel like.
college.
Yeah.
Like
I like want a tattoo.
we'll be
He'll
pulling
be-
up the videos.
He'll
Like
be a
that was
professional
you?
mooner.
Yeah, of course.
I want a tattoo. Like I would love. I just don't. I heard once you get one, it's like all right,
Rabbit hole.
do it. Yeah, I just don't know exactly what You know, if you want something meaningful, then everyone's like, you want something meaningful. They're like, do you want something meaningful?
Yeah, I got a few.
I'm,
Busta Posey, Jeff Kent. I was thinking about getting Bonds, but I'm really worried
Will
about
Clark?
Goose.
Will Thrill, Matt Williams,
Nah, before my time.
Tim
I'm gonna get the banners. Lincecum was good. Flash.
liked him. Yeah.
Madison
I
Bumgarner.
want to get all the banners. I want to wait till but it's hard because you got to keep adding. You don't know the size. I'll get all the World Series banners on my back.
Weren't the Giants like every even year and the Cardinals?
Yeah, it
every
was
odd year?
10. What was it? 10, 12, and
14.
14.
The game, yeah. I mean,
And the Cardinals won like to 11-13, right?
Yeah.
The Red Sox beat them in 13, but they made it.
Yeah.
No, it's the Giants.
Maybe I'll get like the Cove. Me, you, like all my friends in the Cove, like getting a ball. Do that.
I'd love to see you diving in the Cove for a home run ball. Like,
Listen, I've been.
you should be out there
Cove.
paddling around for one game. That would be
be
on fire.
I've been out there with my buddies. I'm just out there grinding. But maybe I'll do a live stream on the Cove.
Do it, man. And I want to mention, speaking of which, other Barstool stuff. Rico, the hot ice.
Yeah, hot ice. Listen, I know it's obviously we got the NBA and NHL playoffs going right now. We're not really in a deep dive of baseball. Tuesdays and Thursdays, me, Ev, Carl, we're launching a hit parade, parlay, 3 guys parlay to get a hit. I have too many runs on a Tuesday every Tuesday, so that works out. Some headlines, we'll be bringing in some guests, open invite, Smitty, Marty if he behaves, Chris Castellani. Like, we got a lot of baseball teams covered that, you can get an angle on your team who guys are watching every day. So it seemed like first show went well. Playboy Marty had a great idea with the Topps cards. People love that.
Nice, good.
So excited about it. 15, 20 minutes, like quick hitters.
People want that content this day.
Yeah, absolutely.
10, 15 minutes, just run through the board, some takes.
For sure. So baseball, I mean, everybody loves baseball. So, it seemed like it went pretty well.
Okay, it's going to be, so what days a week?
Tuesdays and Thursdays, 11:30, Barstool Sportsbook.
Okay, awesome. Congratulations. Love to see some more new shows. Let's see. So some other stuff to get into. I don't know are y'all following NFL draft yet at all? Or no, Smitty, no.
No, I don't latch on until about a week before, and even then, Howie Roseman's gonna fuck everything.
All right, well then we'll save that. I will say though we are
trading
doing
picks, his firstborn, kidneys. Like, you don't know what's going on until draft.
We are doing
I'm all in on Kenny Pickett. Once I found out he was a rider,
Oh my
He's a
God.
rider.
I will.
The biggest-
met him.
Kenny Pickett guy in the world.
Biggest Kenny Pickett.
Shake his hands.
Talk to him like.
How did that? Was his hand small?
It was the day of the Hammer play.
Goes laughing.
That made people laugh. It was. You don't just have famous friends.
I
hope he goes somewhere where he can.
You don't have either.
Because I obviously liked him in college. He was great last year. So
Name one of your famous friends.
Kenny Pickett.
Is your friend?
What? You got some
Like,
basketball
people
coaches.
think I'm-
You flex your famous friends all the time.
I'm not
just
flexing.
saying.
I'm friends with these people though. Like, I'm going to Hardy's wedding. That's like a friend.
Wow.
I'm a friend.
All right, so I better phrase it. Because I'm not in that game. I'm not going out. I'm retired.
I'm not.
I can be
gonna
friendly with these people.
Go out either.
Maybe that's why I wanted to go out with friends so bad. I'm
You
jealous
wanted
of your friends. Yeah.
Yeah. See, there you go. You're admitting it now.
Jealous of your friends.
Look at that. You're admitting it that you're a selfish bastard.
You got like the high college basketball coaches as friends. now.
Listen, I was working. I didn't take one nap in New Orleans. I got 10 numbers, and I didn't take one nap.
The numbers were something.
Numbers are something.
Utah's assistant.
Listen, we got to get west a little bit. I met my Grand Canyon guy.
You don't think he's gonna be a head coach somewhere?
Yeah, I think Wagner, Staten Island College is open right now. I think that he should go for it. I think
Did that coach went to St. Peter's?
Went to St. Peter's, he's from Jersey City. It's a lateral move, kind of, if you ask me. The MAC's obviously better than the NEC. But, I mean, he didn't, like, it's weird. You start looking at, nobody really wants to hear about college basketball right now, but, like, that guy didn't take Wagner to the tournament. Like, yeah, he's young, and he's, like, polished, and his kids play for him, and he's from Jersey City, and he'll probably help recruiting, and he's on the rise, so you definitely want to take a chance on that. But he didn't take Wagner to the tournament. So, like, what are you getting? Same with Kevin Willard. Like, he was the guy at Seton Hall. Now he's at Maryland. He had one win in the tournament.
Yeah, but he brought
I get it, but you also could have had him 5 years ago. So you start college basketball is a weird business. That's all I'm gonna say. It's just weird how one guy's trash is another guy's treasure.
The portal's,
all it is.
portal's nuts
Portal's
right now, too.
lunacy. Right?
Yeah. I mean, it's.
Any Lofton's in there now?
I thought he'd go somewhere because to Tech, Conkle,
in
the coach went to Tulsa, Conkle, who did a good job at Tech, and then they hired Texas Tech's assistant, who was.
Texas Tech is the spot for transfer portals. I'm here in Houston from my guys.
Sorry
that'd be good.
change the subject, but
Oh,
I'm
no.
a big fan of the Chicago guys. I love Eddie. He's one of my best friends here. That show is a disgrace and should never be on the airways again, what they did today. The fact that they said that a John Daly is not a cocktail is asinine. The fact that they thought that it was like maybe like a Jack and Coke is fucking insane. And they usually have great integrity. They also kicked me off for a while because I thought a rice ball was my fifth pick in an appetizer.
Which is a good pick.
Rice
Great
bowl is
pick.
an appetizer. That's a regional
It's a
thing.
great pick.
Rice bowls are appetizers.
And no, there was they banned me for a while. So, I left that. I won my next one. But to say John Daly isn't a fucking cocktail is disgusting, and I won't stand for it.
Did you see the clip where Frankie goes, I have a question. He's like, what is this? Oh, the transfusion. And they were like, oh, well, yeah. And somebody's like, oh, he's got a point. Like, at a certain point, if a cocktail gets famous enough, you can it or bottle it. Like, transfusion, I had heard, like, John Daly's, they were saying, oh, well, it's canned. You can't have. What do you mean? It started somewhere. If somebody
You could
also order it in a glass. Yeah, without a doubt. Like,
yeah, like a espresso martini is, like, in a can somewhere.
Right.
Like,
I mean,
it's just.
Technically, like, a fucking high noon. I don't want to get crazy. A high noon is a cocktail.
No.
It's a vodka soda.
No, that's
I got you.
out of hand.
But it's along the same lines of a vodka soda gets so popular, they start canning it.
That's a
same with
seltzer,
transfusion.
but, like, a John Daly is something like you can order any. Like, it's not like a fucking jacking. I'm upset. It legitimately upset me.
People order it like I had not cocktails, but like an Arnold Palmer.
It's
an
Palmer.
Arnold
It's got alcohol.
Yeah.
With alcohol.
With alcohol. That's why it's John Daly.
It's fucking awesome. It's one of the.
It's an Arnold Palmer, but John Daly, a little booze. That's all.
I had some Arnold Palmers this weekend. At the
Arnold Palmers are the best.
Yeah.
Speaking of golf, too, got to mention this. Y'all see the Barstool Sports book announcing sponsorship of the Zurich? New Orleans PGA Tour event next Thursday through Sunday. Barstool Sportsbook, the official gaming sponsor. 10 of the top 15 players in the world playing.
Great.
Next Thursday through Sunday in New Orleans. I'm going for a day to host some people. I'm excited about it. The foreplay guys, I know Trent and Frankie, both involved. It's a tag team tournament, so it's different. You know, New Orleans is trying to do something different. But if 10 of the top 15 in the world are playing good and they're kind of deciding to, nothing will ever be the Waste Management, but it being in New Orleans, they're trying to turn it into a party.
Yeah, how do they assign the partners?
I think they get to pick. And
like
so a lot of times,
I
I think they get to pick, and that's what helps encourage top players to go is like you get to play with your one of your best friends.
Oh, got it.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Plus the payouts.
Yeah, of course.
Fun little event.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just pumped. I love obviously I love seeing anything we do in Louisiana, and so I just love seeing the Barstool Sportsbook invest in New Orleans.
I would like to see those guys lean into it too, like Spieth and Justin Thomas, obviously, like doing the with the shirts off. Like, you remember those videos in quarantine and shit?
Yeah.
Ricky Fowler when they were like screwing around. Golf should be fun. I think Foreplay does a great job of that. Golf should be more fun.
Yeah, so that's I thought that was pretty cool to see us continuing to do more and more. Smitty, you've been watching Phillies games so far this year?
I watched up until the seventh inning.
Comeback last night in the eighth, right?
I had to turn it off. Alec Boehm's making 3 errors in the first.
What did you think about his comments? I hate it here.
I hate this fucking place. I mean, like they have 3 hits the 7th. I just turned it off. I don't know what happened.
They lost, right?
They had to have.
They had to have. The Mets are such a good team.
I didn't see anything about Mets. I didn't see anything about Mets Barstool employees bitching at all on social media.
Credit to the Mets.
Are the
I mean,
best
Frank should
team.
be happy this year. This ain't 1993 no more. When the Mets are starting off winning and then blown saves lead to 103 losses. No, this is the New York fucking
new day, huh?
Stevie Cohen, that guy, he bought everyone. He's the best. They're such a good organization. Fucking losers, all of you.
Now, Alec Boehm saying I hate this fucking place. Yeah, I would hate wherever my existence is at that time if I'm making 3 routine errors in 3 innings. I would hate this place fucking.
I find nothing wrong with what he said.
Well, he didn't lie about it in the postgame. Everyone just talked about it.
He made up for it because he
was like, yeah, I had a tough day. Or something.
Yeah, he was honest, and that's it. He didn't double down. He's like, the city, you're gonna let him. You're gonna hear it when you do bad. I did bad, and I said what I said. That's okay. He'll get a ovation next time he's out. Then the next time a ground ball comes his way, he'll boot it, and he'll get.
What do you have? 3 errors?
3 errors in 3 innings. Not just like 3 errors. 3 like what the fuck are you doing errors? The first one where he hits off Ranger Suarez and he barehands it when the runner's already past first base and just shucks it down the right field line. Like can't field, but good comeback by the Phils.
Yeah, and then I know you
Tank's rant on it.
Yeah, Frank the Tank. I mean, we joked that Frank
have it
expires soon. He's out, then the next time
Total
the ground ball comes his way, he'll boot it
disaster.
and he'll do
what do you have? 3 errors?
Total fucking disaster. 2 players hurt. Seth Lugo sucked. Jolie Rodriguez sucked. Mets blow a lead to Philadelphia. The Phillies are going to
Doug's
fucking sweep
sitting
the Mets
there.
again third straight time they're going to be swept in fucking Philadelphia. They cannot beat this team ever. And they shut down Schwarber and they still fucking lose. And now, this is the loss. I said it 2 years ago. This is a loss that's going to break their back. It's going to set the tone for the whole fucking season. This season is going to be fucked now. The bullpen is a mess. It's fucked. They didn't get a reliever. They failed to get a reliever. They failed again. Half-assed. The season's going to be a bust. The season's fucking over. You watch. They'll be under 500 for the rest of the season. They're going to get swept in Philly, and that's it. They're never going to be above 500 again.
Everyone, it's the 5th game of the season.
Yeah, cherry.
So my head's hurting already.
Cherry on top last night was Brad Hand last year blew like 16 saves for the Mets. Comes in the 9th, 1-2.
Lights out.
Always.
Yeah, I mean, that's like you have to laugh. He's beautiful. There's no reasoning with him, but you got to laugh at it sometimes as a Met fan. Like, it's just the way it goes.
Do.
The best tweet he still has, I say it all the time, is I think it was when they couldn't get Beltran because of that thing. He's like, we're going to be set back. And he did a 10-year list of the even get through it, of the Mets record. And it was like starting at like 61 and like 101. And then he went down and down. So like 2027, we were going to go 10 and 151. That, for whatever reason, just
My
fucking
favorite.
cracks me. It's like, Frank, we don't even know who the fuck's on the roster.
My favorite was Kumar Rocker's going to throw 108
yeah.
because they didn't sign him.
There it is. It's the best. Like, look at this. It just gets the random numbers, too. Like, it's just a fucking
18 and 144.
I think he got more optimistic. Oh, there it is. 2040 goes 0-62. Okay.
There you go.
That was a lot higher up. But those numbers crack me up.
There you go. In 2043 is when they'll stop paying Bonilla.
I'm just curious. I mean, this may be a conspiracy theory. Does he enjoy them losing more or winning?
He wouldn't know what to do with himself if they won.
Yeah.
Oh, but I mean,
KFC's
his
on to
whole
something.
gimmick, his whole thing is when they lose.
They'll still find something to complain about.
Well, the thing is, it's weird because, like, he'll talk about, like, the Yankees to me like that they're like the Mets. Like, he's, like, so confident. Like, his team sucks. But he'll still say to, like, make fun of the Yankees to me. I'm like, I don't know if that's allowed the way, but you can't say anything to him because he says these outlandish things, and it's like, all right, I guess Frank's right.
He won't be able to enjoy a World Series.
What would happen if the Mets win the World Series? He'd just be like, "Oh, it was a fluke. Don't worry. Next year we'll blow it. They'll blow it next year."
The Mets didn't win. All 31 ball teams lost.
Your new show is today?
Yes.
I mean, people are promoting it. What?
Who tweeted it?
No, I mean this.
I retweeted it.
It's a good. People are.
Oh.
It's a nice.
Company man.
Nice.
Okay.
Just a nice tweet.
Plug guy. It's the bill.
It was positive.
Fits the bill.
New show.
Fits the bill. No original content. Plug guy.
All right.
It's good though. Get in line.
Oh, Bosco, you're one of a kind, you know?
We were having a good chat.
Oh, did y'all?
Like here. Marty
I just saw it's a tweet.
Like games are going good and Marty comes in and just fires at somebody's
He was being positive there.
Frank wouldn't know what to do with himself. World Series. That I think that's true. There's like an old thing, a WFAN caller, the Yankees won the next day. He called and was like, Mike, I hate our odds for next year.
Funniest thing where
that's Frank in a nutshell.
Like Frank is outlandish, right? Like he's a nutbag about the Mets, and like he says things are never true. You know, sometimes you have to be like,
no, you got to take everything with a
right.
grain of salt.
Last year he was kind of right.
No, he's right about the Mets. He's the only one that's right because the Mets will still get themselves up like, oh, this team could do it, and then they suck. He's always ready for the suck. But Tommy Smokes is like the same person. He is the most negative because I
remember last summer when y'all had that bad stretch and he completely bailed.
I mean, we're 2-3, or 2-2. We're 2-2, and he is off like Gallo's gone for him. Like he doesn't give people a chance.
He hates Joey Gallo.
Hates him.
Hates him.
He wants him off the Italian Stallion shirt like he can't stand him.
Tommy does crack me up with that, taking away this pinstripes. Can I be a guest on that? That segment is genius.
It's a great segment.
I want in on
It's every we do it every Sunday night.
Pinstripes?
Yeah, pinstripe segments.
I'd love to be in on that.
What's the Marty Topps deck card thing you were talking about in y'all's Playboy Marty?
Oh, yeah. So Playboy Marty had an idea to put like baseball cards and photoshopped it's like a layout of baseball cards, basically. So, like, where it would say, I did Warren Spahn. My grandfather's favorite player was Warren Spahn. So mine is, it's my face photoshopped onto him, and where it would say Warren Spahn, it says Rico Bosco. There you go.
Okay.
I mean, that's a, he
Cool graphic.
could pick on the visual. Evan
All
Carl looked
three
normal.
Braves.
No. I don't know who he picked. Probably
Who's on the bottom?
Carl
Aaron?
picked a Brave. I forget what his name was. I think it's the guy who goes with Spahn. Spahn and
Eddie Matthews.
I don't know.
I like the layout. This is not me making fun of you. I swear to God. I like the layout. Isn't that because that graphic that always comes up was high heat? Does it kind of looks like that a little bit? No, it's not making fun of you.
You're right. Wait.
Solid 1954.
Because all the reason I see
The
it-
original name was Peanuts and Cracker Jacks. That got nixed. Somebody owns that. Then there was something else. Somebody owns that.
Oh, I like Hot Ice is a good
Hot
name.
Ice works, but you're right. It kind of looks like high heat.
Because I remember the Marty Bent, like the top 5 Barstool personalities, and it's Marty, Bitcoin Marty on there. But I like the style of it. It looks good.
Hopefully you don't get C and D from high heat. Thanks, Marty. Both Martys. But no, I mean, that was graphics. Graphics is great.
Oh,
So I
looks
love
good.
it. Yeah, Hot Ice. It's
I
perfect.
like it.
It'd be fun to have Carl.
It's
on there.
scambling too. One day we're gonna be hot. Next day we're gonna be ice.
It'd be fun to have Carl on there too. I mean, I obviously I did a lot of stuff with him in Omaha.
No, he's sharp. Baseball. Ev's really good here.
Yeah.
Obviously, we talked to him, but it was funny yesterday because like we were going through the board. I'm like, hey, like we do dog of the day, so it's obviously a plus sign. But I'm like, anybody like any of these long shots? And Carl's like, you know what? If I had to take a shot, I'd go with the Oakland A's, like near 2-1 favorite. Of course, they blow out the fucking Rays
Blew 'em out.
on the test show. That's never gonna get run. Our best bets hit. Ev had the Mets. Like the only loss was Ev with the Mets late, which looked great. So like,
Of course, the
we
test show.
hope we stay hot today. But yeah, perfect Barstool. Like it'll never air, and we were hot as shit yesterday. So.
Yeah, that's
Crazy.
that's the only time I win in gambling too, Rico. I feel your pain.
Exactly.
No, I feel your pain. Well, glad to hear positive first one. How often are y'all doing first time, long time right now, Smitty?
Once a week.
Once a week.
Yeah, probably
Bryce
more
Harper
during the
one was
playoffs.
awesome.
Yeah. Bryce came on last week. Was shockingly honest about everything. It was awesome. Very refreshing. Out of
He's
a
not.
superstar.
I like him because he's not a robot. Like he's not Aaron Judge, who's a robot.
Yeah, he got heat for when he came to Philly because he would do stuff that would be considered like kind of pandering or try-hardish, like wear Fanatic cleats and wear a couple shirts, kind of be like go Phils go. But you just come to realize, especially after he talks, like no, he just loves the city and he just loves to play hard.
Yeah,
Be that guy. So it's like okay,
bro.
It was a tough look though that Washington won right after he left.
okay.
Just saying. I think he's likable and I like that he's honest, and baseball needs more guys like that. I am just saying his career, if he doesn't win one.
Yeah, I mean that would be beneficial for him to win a championship. Correct. Rico?
Will it?
Yeah.
Ew, he'll be.
Pretty sure it would.
How do you feel about
Tough look that right after he left. Would you agree with that or no?
I don't think that's
Not even attacking the guy. I'm just saying
that's
like
necessarily him. I think it's the Nats getting absolutely bloodthirsty hot in September,
fair.
not losing a fucking game, especially with that pitching staff.
All right.
how do you feel? I know we've talked a lot about the 2011 last playoff run. You still feel some optimism for this year?
For the Phillies?
Yeah.
Oh, they better make the playoffs with the expansion NL and their lineup. Like, they better. If not, what the fuck? Like, the lineup's deadly.
Especially in that ballpark.
Yeah.
You should be scoring a lot of runs every night. It's bandbox.
Ev joins us. Ev, I know you just had a big interview, I believe, correct?
Yeah, the champ, Volkanovski, the featherweight champ. He just defended. He headlined the card last week. He's the man. I know you guys already talked to him.
Really easygoing guy, yeah.
He's a good dude. He's not a flashy guy. He's just a humble champ. I mean,
Literally, I tried to tell him like who do you want to call out. He's like, dude, I just want the lightweight champion.
I'm telling you, he's about to be the double champ at the end of this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a stud, absolute stud.
Yeah.
You know, he used to play rugby. He used to weigh 240 pounds.
Wow.
I did read he
He
played
weighed now, like,
rugby. I didn't know he
150?
weighed 240 though.
He's the 145 champ.
Yeah, I thought it was something like that.
He's a fucking sicko.
Dude, he's a beast. He's an absolute beast.
How the hell do you lose 90 pounds? And not even just like you can lose 90 if you go from like 350
And
to
he's
260.
got the Australian accent, which is so cool.
Just when you throw a casual bloke in there,
Yeah.
I said, this guy's awesome.
He was
No, but
teaching us some
great, though.
words. It was very funny. He's funny, too.
What was he calling? He refers to beer. He's like a blue. He calls them blues.
Beer?
I think so.
I said
Never
beer.
heard that.
Yeah.
Aussies have free reign to throw the C word around.
Yeah, they
Oh
do.
yeah,
Very
big time.
liberally, yeah.
He didn't drop any C words.
It's either one way or the other
Gentlemen.
with them. Either very reserved or it's every other word.
Also, I love that he came in wearing a Yankees hat. That made me
Yes,
excited.
the red one too.
I just pointed
love
out to him, I was like, I love that you're wearing that hat. Legend.
I want to go with me.
He's going to the game.
I'm gonna go to Australia with the train.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's go.
I said
They're gonna let you in. I think it's been pretty locked down.
We got the champ will let us in.
Buzzkill Ben Mintz.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Ben Mintz, like, actually, you gonna let you in? I fucking love you, Mincy.
Plugging with the champ.
Yeah. I said 7 seconds. I'd last.
So I was watching a little bit when he was with you. I think he would last more than 7 just because I think he would run enough that in order for him to actually, like, you're talking legit, like them stop the fight.
Yeah.
Because he's still got to land a couple shots on you before they stop it.
He'd land.
Well, no, but I'm saying, like, if you ran, I think
He'll
if
run
you
it
started,
a little
I think if you ran,
20 seconds.
I think you could get over 10.
Yeah.
I'll say over 10. I don't know about 20.
You
20's
know
a
he's
lot.
crazy when he's
He's
like
a quick bet. Like, he's going to get on you, and once he's on you, it's over.
he's crazy bass when he was like, yeah, getting punched in the face doesn't hurt.
I'll tell you, in this last fight, he didn't get hit much.
Yeah.
He put on an absolute clinic over a legit legend. It was
Korean
it
zombie,
was
right?
it was a levels fight. He just was outclassed.
Dude, I asked him about the blood. He was like, "Yeah, it's weird. Like it's like wet in there sometimes. Like
Bro, he said that.
What do you mean? Wait,
Listen,
what do you mean?
So when we watch, all right. So I'm not the biggest UFC guy, right? But when it's on, it's two guys, world class athletes, like beating each other up. You're gonna fucking watch. So like the little I know, I do throw. I was like, the ring grosses me out. Like the dried blood at the end of the night on the 15th fight when it's, they don't clean it up. So like people like, oh yeah, it does make, like you've said it, it's pretty gross.
Yeah.
Like I agree with you. We asked him and he said like, yeah, sometimes it's sweat and like blood and like wet. And he's like, you gotta like,
he said
you go
this.
in there with dry feet and they're
Yeah.
like wet when you like start.
No, he said
says
that
he rubs them in.
He
Like, it adds
his
a character?
He said his feet was dry. Like he said his feet were dry. He didn't like how his feet were feeling, so he went in the ring and just rubbed his feet on the blood, and to get a more
He uses
grip.
blood as foot lotion. Is what
As
he's telling me.
grip, pretty much. And then he's like, he said at the end, he's like, I was wondering why my feet were like infected, and he's like, that's probably why.
That is fascinating. Like you give the foul line like a wipe over, like whenever somebody shoots a foul shot at the other end. You don't give a once over in between.
Yeah.
No,
They do Zambonis in the ice rink, like.
Like you see, especially early, you get some guys that legit like you just get a
They're
bad
leaking,
cut from
bro.
like
Oh, yeah.
elbow, they spew,
Yeah.
absolutely spew.
I'm actually shocked they don't go in there and just just give it a once over.
I don't care.
Even the mat, it's weird because the mat's actually like pretty grainy. Like it's hard. Like it's like if you get burns on it easy. Like it's not like it's like just like flat like
Yeah.
pushy mat. It's like a grainy, like hard, like rough mat.
It's
Well,
like canvas.
You know you're a
canvas,
sicko rubbing your feet in blood to get better grip.
Especially him, like he's always headlining.
That's like awesome for his
He's-
image.
He's
though.
always
Yeah.
the last fight of the night.
Yeah.
So he's always had like 10, 15
He's
fights on
fought
before him.
24 times in the UFC.
He's never lost.
Crazy.
He never lost.
He's never lost in the UFC. He lost
It's
one.
hard. I mean, people
24 and 1,
drop
right?
He's
Or
lost
23
one
and 1.
fight in his whole
23
career.
and 1, right? Is that
Yeah,
what he said?
he's lost one fight in his whole career. It was when he was still at 170. He still was like losing weight, like
Losing the
getting
weight.
down. Like he's won fights at 185.
Really?
Not in the UFC, but in like prior, like when he was on his way up.
What's he
Like
rocking at now?
140. He's the 145 champ. He's probably going to challenge the end of this year for
Yeah,
the double 155 champ.
And
as
he
well.
he's not a hardo. He had great takes on like Jake Paul. He's like, dude, like good for him. Like he's picking his fights. He was very like, and he's like, I do want to get paid though. Cause
Oh yeah, he had a funny. It was he was doing a press conference that he was fighting on the same card that Colby Covington was fighting on, and Colby does the stick. He's like, oh, like you're all nerds and virgins, and it was so funny. He was like going this whole rant, and then Volkanovski gets to the mic. He's like, I just want to say, he's like, it's okay to be a nerd and a virgin. Like, anyone in the crowd who, it was just the way he said it was just funny. He's just a humble guy, just a really like nice, funny guy. Big fan of his. Dude's an absolute stud.
How often? So y'all doing pods every week? It's been
Yeah, twice a week. Yeah, it's twice a week when there's cards. So like this interview will be on the Thursday card that'll be previewing like Fridays or Saturdays, fight night
awesome.
interview with him as well. Yeah, we had him for what I guess 25 minutes ish, like 30 minutes. Yeah, he was great. Great interview.
Can I ask what happened in the Russian fight? That was
Oh, Peter Yan.
yeah.
He it was tough. So my initial
Was it a screw job?
no screw job would be very strong for.
Okay.
Because me and Robbie have been kind of big on, like, I'm very big on in the UFC, just MMA in general. People get very, like, they just think if the other guy won, like, they're just like, oh, it's a robbery. Like a coin flip fight that goes one way is not a robbery. Like a robbery like when I say robbery, that to me is like a blatant just like wrong judgment. So Dana White went on the post-fight press conference. He thought it was clearly 3-2 Jan. I thought the same way. I went back and watched the first round, which that was the round of discrepancy. There's a strong case you could make for Aljo for the first round. More so watching it back the second time around. It was a very close fight. I mean, Aljo clearly won 2 and 3. Jan clearly won 4 and 5. The first round was a coin flip. Peter Yan kind of was putting the pressure on him more. I thought Aljo probably did more damage with he had some good kicks to the body. It was a close fight, really close fight. People just hate him because of what happened. People hate Aljamain because of what happened in the last fight. Him taking the illegal knee, they basically thought that he flopped instead of like, basically they accused him of taking the belt, like taking the belt on the flop instead of like trying to fight through it, even though it was a clear like bad illegal knee that definitely damaged him for sure. But yeah, it's tough. MMA judging can be tough sometimes.
Yeah, at least it doesn't have as bad a reputation as boxing does.
No, I don't think
that's
it's
like
as bad as
actually
boxing.
part of what like inspired MMA to do so well was how corrupt boxing was.
Yeah, they need to I think to improve it. Like I think maybe there should be like 5 judges instead of 3. Like maybe that would help. But I don't know. It's tough. It's tough to. I mean, it's just especially too. There's a big thing now that they've been talking about with this fight too, with 10-8 rounds. With kind of like what justifies a 10-8 round. Is it just like dominance for the round? Is like almost finishing them? Like it's because there was a big argument for Aljo to get 10-8 rounds for the second round because he literally had him was on his back with a body triangle around him for literally four minutes of the round, and was like landing some good ground and pound shots. Like Peter Yan really didn't do anything at all. So there was a lot of arguments about that being a 10-8 round or not. So there's just a lot of stuff like that going on with the judging. It's just like it's the human element. Like there's just a human element of it that there's not in like other sports where like you just know it's 3-2, you won the game. Like it's not as cut and dry as that in fighting unless you get a knockout or submission. So this is a weird the way it works. It's always going to be like that a little bit.
A couple other things mentioned to you, Eva. We talked about Hot Ice debuting today. Rico said he felt good about it. How'd it go?
I thought it went great. I feel like I've had like the busiest like morning, and I went like straight did that. I had to run right out, interview Volkanovski, jumped in here, but no, I thought the show went great. I love the dynamic. I like the two of us with Carl. I think it's going to be good. I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun.
So we wasted some winners yesterday, though.
Yeah, see, I got my losers out of the way. I got smoked yesterday. I lost everything. I went 0-4 on the show. I forgot to even put the Mets in the card on our test show. I gave it the Mets. They blew a 4-0 lead in the bottom of the 8th. It's a bad day yesterday.
Wow. Me, Ev, Walker, and Smitty. Woof.
Yeah. I went 1-4 and had a good day.
I got to take back a month.
Tough titties.
I'm due. I got to
Man, that is a
Just a brutal day. Brutal day for the fellas.
Cardinals got rained out, though.
Yeah, can't lose.
Yeah.
Man.
That's bad.
Yeah, that was awful.
That's like one of the. We should never show that graphic again.
Oh, man. Oh, that's tough. Saw C.J. Stroud paying tribute to Dwayne Haskins' practice. You see
Yeah.
I
was glad to see. It was cool. It was definitely cool. The guys are behind him. We're all behind him. It just is a bad situation, but I'm glad. I don't know. I hope his family's all right. I know the Schefter apology thing annoyed me a little bit, but I'm whatever.
Yeah, I saw you jump on him. I mean,
I just didn't like the way
Right,
he literally used it as a way to like monetize. Like if he had went on did a selfie video, showed his face, showed a little and listen, he doesn't owe me an apology.
I don't know if I.
He owes Dwayne Haskins' family the apology. He don't owe me an apology, but
Schefter was a guy I liked. Wasn't Schefter the one who I watched a couple years ago? He married a 9/11 widow. Did anyone catch that
know.
story?
No
Listen,
idea.
Schefter's not a bad. Like,
Definitely
he's
an
not a
NBA
bad
NFL
guy.
guy.
Like he fucked up. I mean,
I think
what he did was bad. It was very bad. I'm not defending him, but you can't call him a bad guy because of that.
I just see, to me, I took it as more like I get in the moment. Listen, people make mistakes, and I get in the moment. I just think in a moment like that to have just such little
awareness.
I'm thinking the thought
Awareness.
of Dwayne Haskins and his family and that didn't occur to him whatsoever.
No, it's bad.
And the only
He
thing
looks at him as like a.
that was, to me, that was more what it was about. That makes me think I don't think he's the most evil guy on planet Earth, but I just think in general, I think he walks around his. It might not even be his conscious mindset, but I think his undertones of just he's not a guy who really he's not worried about these guys. They're just pawns in his game, and I think tweeting something like that in that moment made it clear to me that that's kind of the way he is.
Yeah, which is 1,000%. What he did was fucked up, 100%. But it's I don't think you can hold it against him for like everything, but I do think that he needs to be more weary about what he's tweeting about fucking human beings instead of like this is not about sports. Like I don't even know like tweeting that. It's also weird like tweeting someone's death.
Yeah,
Think about that. Like,
well, yeah, that's why. But that's kind of like going back to my point where he didn't care about like a young guy who died. His mindset was like, let me get this tweet out before anybody else.
Yeah,
does.
it's like more about
that was
rush
his only.
to
That was his only concern in that moment. Not, oh my God, this guy, like he's a brother, he's a teammate, he's a son, like all this.
Yeah.
He's like, let me get this tweet out before anybody else does. I want to break the news.
that whole rush to break the news thing is a weird.
It's gotten out of control.
Yeah.
It's gotten out of control. Listen, like I said, I jumped on him even bad yesterday. I don't listen, Schefter, he's not a fucking murderer. He's not like, I don't think he's like the worst guy on planet Earth, but I just didn't like the way he handled the moment. I didn't like the way he handled the apology. It is what it is.
Well, I'm still just kind of reeling from that news on Saturday. Certainly just very, very sad, and thinking about obviously Ohio State family. Y'all got some momentum. Y'all going to be really good this year.
Yeah, I think so. I just love the way I'm happy the way the kind of the public narrative has turned on Stroud. That Utah game was like totally he like won back America. I thought they were so out on him, like the Oregon game and like that first game against Minnesota. He was a freshman making his first starts.
I still don't think they lose.
you
that
can't.
many
Don't.
times.
You can't. You don't get to say that.
What do you mean?
You don't get to say that.
You'd say what?
When you're a freshman going to Ohio State and Alabama, you have to perform right away. That's just a fact. You know that.
I agree with that too.
I mean, fair,
You
but
don't
like
get much of a lead.
You're right.
It's not indicative of
What you're saying
like your
is right.
future.
No, it's not. You're not at all. But you're right that
Because all of a sudden now, like he was throwing at the pro day because we didn't have any like pro quarterbacks, and they said the scouts were salivating over him.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying he's gonna be a bad quarterback. I'm just saying when you go to a school like that, you don't get any like leash for being like, all right, let him settle in. It's like
You worry a little bit
That's
about
fine.
the receiver, but you're saying the receivers are still loaded, right?
I think that's like the least of their concern. I mean, they're bringing back the best one,
Yeah.
which is crazy to say. Cause
Yeah, he had
going
we
the
have
first round.
330 yards in that Rose Bowl.
Yeah, he had. I think he might have ended up after that game setting the Ohio State's receiving yards record for a season.
Crazy.
Jeez.
They said it all year. Like early in the year, they both said he's the best one.
That was why part of why Jameson Williams transferred too.
Yeah, that was why he
Olave,
couldn't get on the
Wilson,
field.
and him.
Yeah. Honest question.
Marvin Harrison Jr.'s
Michigan,
great.
Michigan plays Ohio State again 10 times. How many times do you really think Michigan beats them?
Last year.
Yeah.
Depends on probably like if it's always in Michigan and always in those like weather conditions. Probably a lot. I don't know. There was not built for us to win that way. I mean,
Fair.
there's no listen. I wish I could sit here and slap my dick on the table and be like, we'd win 9 out of 10. When they just run the ball down your throat, it's tough to be like, what do we do? What do we do to stop that this time?
I still don't think Michigan was a better team. I know that it settled on the field, but I mean, whatever.
I think our D line is going to be a lot better this year. We have some studs on the D line.
Jim Knowles, I like to hire.
You know, I love the coordinator. Like, he's going to turn some things around. He brought over their, like, best safety, who's going to kind of, like, quarterback the defense in his first year. But we got to, like, Jack Sawyer and, like, JT, and some of these guys are going to be animals, absolute animals on the D-line. I think that's going to be a big difference.
Good.
Spring ball going on right now. I don't know how. I mean, I don't follow it too psycho.
I follow Ohio State's. Like, I
follow
pay
them,
attention to what they're doing, but not a ton. Like,
Not until the summer. Usually take vacation for a week. You're on the beach. Like, get the magazine, dive in, start writing some shit out. We'll roll back in with Win Total Wednesday. Marty, didn't you go like 2-0 or something? Like you were,
Yeah.
Or Smitty, you only gave out 2, and didn't you go like 2-0? That's the way to go. I thought that was a good segment. Obviously,
Smitty was good.
Oh, it was. No, I like it too, and also it gets you prepping. It gets you kind of looking at schedules, kind of doing maneuvering.
Smitty was doing the NFL win totals. That's
fine.
No, I know. It was just funny because all of us were just college football heads, and then Smitty just came with like the Chargers over.
You should do it. We could do
The Cardinals hit in like week 6.
Yeah,
We could do
There you go.
future Fridays too. Like take a shot to win a division, win a conference. Like I'm all in for it.
I like it, especially during summer when you got that like June that's NBA finals and NHL and U.S. Open and all the stuff's in June, but then that July hits and it's.
Yeah, I think the fan base responds to it too. Like, because we're obviously like we come in the middle of June and July and like you excited like I love Oklahoma State as a sleeper this year to win. You know what I mean? Like we'll talk around that in the office. The callers are doing the same thing. Like, hey, look at Arizona State's schedule. I love Arizona State's win total over. It's like July 3rd. You're like, you know what I mean? Like everyone's crazy like that, and that's what's great about it. So
No, I'm down. I've no problem with getting into it a little early. Just also looking forward to this year as we keep expanding the app states. The college. I'd be shocked if we don't go to Bama LSU.
I would. Yeah, I would love to go to LSU. That's been like my bucket list since we started the show. Need to do a show at the real Death Valley. We did one in Clemson. I need to do the real one. Everything I've just been told, LSU is just different.
It is.
I would love to do Bama as well. Like I would love to do a few of the SECs. Like we've only really done Tennessee as like a true like SEC game. We did largest cocktail party, but it's not the same when you're not on the college campus.
No, I agree with that. Y'all want to go ahead? Let's go ahead and get into picks. Y'all down? Or you got any other topics? Okay, we'll get into it and we'll do some stuff out of that. We can't do worse than yesterday, boys.
No.
Other than Rico.
Possibly can.
Can?
We'll find out.
Smitty's got a 10.
I mean, we went 0-18. Me, Ev,
card.
Walker, and Smitty. Smitty got a huge card today. Rico, you get to obviously lead off.
Yeah, so
you and Megan both are doing pretty good this month.
Yeah, I know. I got to take down a month. It's been a long time. I'm on the Braves. I gave it out as the best bet earlier today. I think the Braves smashed Patrick Corbin. You look at some of the splits. I think this team can get a ton of hits against him. You're laying the juice, but I love the Braves. I would look at first 5. I would look at guys that hit a home run. I think the Braves smashed the Nationals. Nets, Cavs, over 227.5.
Juice.
I'm on the Rockies, plus 132. As a dog of the day. I'm also on the Hit Parade parlay, which will be out soon, and too many runs on a Tuesday. 3-teamer that's paying out like 385. It is the over in the Chicago Cubs, Pittsburgh Pirates, the Blue Jays, Yankees, and Colorado, Texas Rangers, plus 385. 3-teamer.
So it's all overs?
All overs. Too many runs on a Tuesday. Did pretty well last year.
All right. There you go. I like it. You always do. Your gimmick stuff's pretty funny. No, I mean, they are funny.
You gotta have fun with it.
No,
The craziest
like
one,
it.
yeah,
Well, I don't know who's even allowed to go next. I guess Marty, because you won a game.
Yeah, I won a
you won a
game
game yesterday, so you get to.
Sure. I'm going with the Reds today. I love the Reds. Rays minus 1.5. They just have to.
Yeah, after what happened, they got blown
Last
out
night.
yesterday. Yeah.
Brewers minus 1.5. Yankees, please, motherfucker.
Bounce back, maybe.
And
Going up against Kikuchi is not very good, right?
yeah, I'm taking the Padres. I like the Padres a lot today. I think Darvish going against Cobb. I think the Giants have they have to have a down year after last year.
Little regression.
I mean, you'd have to think so.
Yeah.
In Vegas, they're over under, 86, you said, Rico? The Giants this year?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Well, you should know you're the Giants guy.
I just focus day to day.
Yeah.
Enjoy the game with my pals. Out there just going nuts, letting the hair flow.
Out there, those 10:30 first pitches treating you good?
Fine, yeah. I mean, you're built for this. I'm a Giant fan in my blood.
Is that Michael Gruen that just
Yeah.
lost a lot of weight?
Oh, it is.
Holy shit. He lost a ton of weight.
What's he doing?
Kareem's clout chasing probably,
Makes sense.
even though he's not clout.
I guess, Ev, you want to go up next?
Yeah, I'll go. So I got a couple of day games. This one starts soon. So again, I got the Tigers money line today at home. I got the Guardians Reds over 8. Guardians still just sounds so weird to say.
I almost can't bet them because of it. Like I need to wait.
It's strange. It's very strange.
Yeah.
I'm on the Phillies today. I think they smashed the Mets. The Mets are just one of the
Zach Wheeler. We want to get sold.
Yeah, and then the Mets I feel like when they would have those bullpen collapses, they always just shit the bed the next day too. I'm on the Twins money line. Love this play against the Dodgers. Marty, Andrew Haney's pitching for the Dodgers.
Oh my.
That's all you need to know.
I want to talk to Andrew Haney's agent.
I want his agent to do my next contract.
Me too, because that
That guy's the worst.
That
pitcher
bad?
Ever.
He's getting
He's the worst pitcher ever.
You might have
Ever.
If you had to pick one out of the entire sport of baseball for like the years it's been around, he's probably the worst.
Ain't he?
Yeah.
I'll fade him. Like every time I see him on the Dodgers, fade. Plus money, fade.
I think the Dodgers aren't as good as people think because they're pitching so bad. Like obviously their lineup is very good, but their pitching is not great.
They got Bueller, Julio, or Darius.
Yeah, your eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be fine.
I think they're going to be not as fine as people think. That's my hot take. My hot take is the Dodgers are going to be that as good, and the Angels are going to be really good.
Smitty, what you got?
Well, I'd Braves Nationals
I'm
over
sorry.
as well. Now you're good. I just had to get the Haney thing.
Yeah,
in there. It's bad.
We're going to add Phillies -1.5 and Rays -1.5. Also got the Timberwolves -3. I think they smoke. Day action, Tigers, Red Sox. The White Sox and Mariners. I've been on the White Sox so far. They do have Vince Velasquez pitching today. Vinny Velasquez gives up about 1 million runs on 1 trillion pitches before he's yanked in the 3rd inning.
Sounds like
almost
okay,
every
Frank.
game. Well, no, he does. I mean, watch him for 5 years. That's his MO. He will have 100 pitches by the 2nd inning and give up 4 runs. Preds, hockey. And we got a thing tonight on Tuesdays. We're trying out every Tuesday. A bunch of us, whoever wants to join. Tonight's like me, Hubs, Carl. Everyone's invited. We're just going to be Clem watching the games live, and we calling it the Bonanza Boys. And we'll have a Bonanza bet to be determined. Should be pretty good odds.
Is it all hockey?
No, baseball.
Baseball? And y'all going to be watching the games live, you said?
Yeah, like 8:30. You're going to catch the last of the first slate, pretty much. So it's not like an all-night thing. We'll go hand in hand with the Bonanza bet.
How you feel about that, Rico?
Hop in,
I feel
talk shit.
great. I was invited on. That's what we're trying to do. Like,
Good stuff.
start covering baseball
Ask it. I love it.
every day, 7
Love
days
it.
a week. It's a little weak to not, cover one of the best teams out west for the late games, but that's fine. Personal preference.
So we got you and Red Rhino for that, man. We got 2.
Power trio, duo.
Guys should
You and Red Rhino should, you should do your own. You should do your late night Bonanza.
you should do a podcast.
A little tricky.
No, I
Battling senior prom. It is a little tricky.
I think that you should do
What?
a 1 a.m. stream of the Giants ending.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. That's a good idea.
You-
Good stuff.
That's a great idea. Catch the 8th, 9th inning.
Me and my boy Jack.
All right, I got a few picks that, I mean, if I were y'all, I'd probably fade them considering the month I'm having. I want to ask y'all about the playing games after we're done with this, too, because tonight we got a couple. I took the Nets, and the line's, like, so high, but I don't know. I feel like the Cavs and Bulls were both, like, so good early in the year and have just kind of peaked early, and it's just a bad run to the end. But 9.5 is a lot. I got the Tigers. Tigers are hot early. Been enjoying y'all follow Chris Castellani. I love his videos post game. I think they're great.
He's great. I mean, we took him to the game in Detroit, hung out with him a little bit. He's just as genuine as a kid. Just loves sports. Like,
Great singer.
Great singer.
Yeah,
yeah.
legit.
We wanted him,
Karaoke.
we were trying to get him to
He
come.
just like he could sing
To be in a
anywhere.
band. So
Just can
Cincy, let
sing,
me
can
tell you
sing.
something. We went to our place, Green Rock. We went to there's this bottom place where you go to the freezer, and we're all sitting there, and he just started singing "Walking in Memphis," and the entire place was stunned. We were staring at him like this, and I had no. He's like "Walking in Memphis."
We wanted him to get to sing the
He was
national anthem.
Unbelievable. Yeah, he's not ready to go out public yet, but he's good.
I think he posted a video singing. I thought
He did.
I could have swore he
think
did.
so. He did.
Should sing
I
again.
could have swore that he did because I remember watching. I was like, "Holy shit!"
they love him in Detroit. That post game of the opening day.
I've met him a few times. He's came to. We did a couple of the college football shows in Michigan, and he came out for all of them. He's the nicest guy in the world.
We streamed him too for the playoffs.
I mean,
Yeah. He came out for the
his
New Year's
teams-
Eve
yeah.
too.
His
But-
teams are sad sacks, so I mean, I like the
Tigers are coming up.
I think
Yeah,
all.
but
but
it's
I
like
think
they've
he's
been sad
but I think
sacks.
he's about to be on give him 3 years, 2 years. The Pistons are building something. Tigers look a lot better right now. He
I'm
could
just
be
saying
he could be
they're
the king of the sports world in 3 years.
Michigan's not bad. Yeah.
good.
Michigan's a little bit on. Yeah.
I mean,
His
They had a
love,
little
I think
blip
his
on the radar.
ranking though is Tigers.
Tigers
way
won.
above everybody.
But he's a big Pistons guy too, though.
Yeah.
He blogs about the Pistons.
Detroit guy. That's it.
Yeah, he's a Detroit sports guy.
Went to Michigan, obviously.
Lions, obviously,
Aren't
Lions.
the Red
Lions
Wings
are tough,
one
but
of the worst teams?
Red Wings are bad. Lions,
The
obviously.
Lions things.
Lions are bad. No, they're all sad sacks.
Yeah.
Let's not give them credit.
Lions-
They're horrible.
Lines are not that bad.
Corey Smutlich was wearing a hat the other day, and I was like, the Tigers hat. I was like, oh, the Tigers are hot this year. He's like, yeah. He's like, they're doing well, but he's like, Lions, all in on the Lions. I'm like, who's playing quarterback for you? He's like, we'll figure it out. I was like, that's a wild statement to make in fucking
He's not
April.
lying.
Like, what do you
Are they going to go with golf again?
guess?
Yeah.
That's whether they draft somebody or not.
I mean, I feel like they could.
I
They
don't.
definitely might.
Also
I could see
tough
Malik
to
Will-
go,
I could see Malik Willis up there. On the
Also,
so tough to
also,
go watch Stafford win a Super Bowl too. Like,
yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah, but I feel like
It's not tough. I think it's like
I think they're happy.
I think
for
for their
him.
point of view, I think I'd be happy.
I think they're
for him.
legitimately happy. For him.
Just granted, they're happy for him, but it is tough to watch that the guy is a Super Bowl capable winning quarterback, and he just
he
didn't
couldn't get it done.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
could have put it around him.
right.
There.
No, I mean it's been.
Hey, who am I kidding? I'd be bitter. I'd be pissed.
I'd be pissed too. It's just not my quarterback.
Yeah, that's. I'm like, oh, you should be happy for him.
Because I was happy for him.
I'd
You
be
know?
such a petty fuck.
I don't know. My thing is he just got beat up so bad at Detroit, and he gave him so much.
Can you
I wouldn't be
imagine?
mad at him because you can't be mad at him. I'd be just more mad at my own team.
No. You'd be. Let me tell you, if Daniel
You
Jones
are-
went to the Rams and won a Super Bowl, you'd be really pissed at him.
I'd be the most mad at the Giants.
It's a little,
both,
it's a
yeah.
little different.
Yeah, because
He was
Stafford-
around for 15 years.
Yeah, and then
I'm
he's
saying if he
Pro
was
Bowler.
like, well, Daniel Jones is a Pro Bowler, so
Stafford threw for 5,000 yards a bunch of years in Detroit.
Daniel Jones, I don't know if he's throwing 5,000 yards in 2 years.
probably not.
No chance.
Game manager.
Yeah, he's
Did he confirm the starter this year?
He'll be the starter
Yes.
this year. Yeah.
He has to be.
Who else would it be?
Yeah, they didn't get
Sure, I
Mitch.
know if you're bringing in somebody.
Huh?
We didn't get
Signed,
Mitch.
No.
Steelers.
who do
I
we
was
sign?
kind of banking on
Who
Mitch.
do we sign as
do?
our backup? Our backup's like, it's funny. Who do we sign as our backup?
I got a random. Is there any chance you'll draft another QB?
Tyrod Taylor.
Yes, that's
Tyrod
what it is.
Taylor.
Tyrod Taylor.
I like
That's what it is.
Tyrod
I was
Taylor.
drawing a blank. I was like,
It's good for a week 6 start to be covering a backdoor number.
honestly, you know what we should do is every time he starts, once he's off the team, they always get better. Or like once he's out, you start him early. Pull him. Maybe we start him week 1 and 2. Put Daniel Jones in to be the hero.
True.
Yeah, like what happened with Justin Herbert and Mayfield.
Tyrod, yeah, literally.
Yeah, he was started over
times.
both.
Starts, you take him out, the team just gets better.
Yeah, Anthony Lynn, no longer a head coach, thought Tyrod Taylor was.
So they stabbed him in the lung on possibly on purpose.
That's true.
That too.
Hopefully our guy doesn't stab him in the chest.
That is a.
I don't know why. Anytime I just think of like NFL medical staff,
It's like
I,
an outrageous thing.
I just think of that tweet from Tro Weathers about like the guy on the Giants that had been a doctor with the Giants since like the 48. He was like, he tweeted something. It was like when he started, they were rubbing sticks of butter on like a torn ACL.
Do y'all have any
All-time tweet.
last thing before we get out of here? Just Clipper. Anybody have thoughts on that Clippers Wolves game tonight? Wolves
roll.
Think Wolves roll at home.
Yeah, I go Wolves.
Okay.
Everyone just jumping on Wolves. I was gonna say the same thing. Now I'm scared. I kind of like the Cavs catching the points. I mean, I know Jared Allen's out, but and the Nets have been kind of on a roll. They're coming in the playoffs in the right mindset, but I think they're 2-22 against the spread at home.
Yes, I saw. Well, no, I turned in my Brooklyn pick and I saw Aria's tweet.
Because I've been fading them a lot at home and it's actually been working out. Like they win, but they don't cover. I think it's 9.5. If that gets to 10, I'll be all over the.
Is
Cavs.
Simmons just not going to play? Like, what's the deal?
I think
Tweaked his
next
back.
year probably.
He's
Hurt
hurt.
his back.
He's hurt.
Let him go.
Honestly, it's one of those. It could be a lose-lose for everybody.
Well, I think Big Cat tweeted like the graphic had him on the.
Of course.
Like, it's like, what are we doing?
Like, he didn't want to bat? Like, whatever. I don't know.
He's hurt, man.
He tweaked his back. Oh, let him go. He's got it. You gotta trust him.
Trust the process.
You gotta trust him.
When do the hockey playoffs start?
I think next week. Soon. Next week or two.
No.
Maybe 2. No, it's 2. I talked to
weeks.
Avery 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I saw Avery. Avery was saying I have to
Rangers
go.
Islanders play April 21st. I know
Yeah,
that.
Avery was saying I have to go to a Rangers playoff game.
2 weeks?
Probably gonna
When are
drop.
they going to have the cup?
What do you?
Yeah, it's always like June.
It's late. Yeah.
It's like kind of the same as
yeah,
the
but it
finals.
seems like later June if you're starting. I don't know.
Honestly, I feel like the NBA playoffs take longer. Like they stretch out more. They put more time in between
Yes.
games.
Stay tuned. The Yak is up next. Thank y'all for joining us for Pick Central. Thanks to Zah and TJ, as always.